this is Miss Watts, and today we're going to be doing the third grade math lesson. I've got my husband in here. Say hi, Robert.
Hello.
And he's going to be playing the student. So we're going to be teaching the lesson using the TEA rule 111.5, and this is 36B. So this says use attributes to recognize rhombus, parallelograms, trapezoids, rectangles, and squares as examples of quadrilaterals, and draw examples of quadrilaterals that do not belong in any of these subcategories. At the end of this lesson, students, my husband, will be able to identify and classify quadrilaterals using their attributes. So, welcome to identify and classifying quadrilaterals. So first, let's review quadrilaterals. So everything, all the shapes that we're going to talk about today, except for polygons, well, sort of kind of polygons too, are going to be quadrilaterals, okay? So a quadrilateral is a polygon. Now, I know that we've learned about polygons previously and y'all really liked them, remember, because all the different ones had different shapes and they all had different sides, which means that they all had different degrees. And the more sides, the higher the degree. And remember, we talked about the names and how like tri means 3, and they have, if you can look here, it says 3S and 3V, so 3 sides, 3 vertices. So then we have a square. A square is a parallelogram that is a rhombus and rectangle. It is special because all 4 sides are equal and all angles are 90 degrees, and sides are parallel and never touching. So these sides right here,
Yes,
are parallel and never touching, okay? This is only a square if all 4 sides are equal, they equal 90 degrees, and opposite sides are parallel and never touching. A parallelogram, it's a quadrilateral. It is a quadrilateral with opposite sides, so this side and this side, like top and bottom or side to side, the way we would be looking at it, they're parallel, so they never touch, and the opposite angles are the same. So like this top angle and this angle would be the same, this angle right here and this angle right here, the two acute angles, they would also be the same.
okay.
Then we have rectangle. So rectangle is a special parallelogram, okay? Because all interior angles are congruent, equal to 90 degrees. So squares also had 90 degrees, but they all had equal sides. A rectangle doesn't say anything about all the sides being equal. It only talks about it having 90 degree angles. Interior angles are congruent. They're all equal. And the sides are parallel, so they're never going to touch. Then we have a rhombus. So a rhombus, a lot of us used to call diamonds. A rhombus is a parallelogram with 2 sides of parallel lines. So this side, and then like the top and the bottom again. Of parallel lines, never going to touch, and all 4 sides are the same length. Okay? So that means this side and this side could be the same length. I mean, they're all going to be the same length like this. It could be different lengths, but these 2 parallel lines and these 2 parallel lines are going to be the same length on a rhombus. Then we have a trapezoid. Okay? A trapezoid is a quadrilateral with this, and it's a special parallelogram because only 2 of the sides are parallel and never touching. So look at this. The top and the bottom, they can go on and on forever and never touch. But these 2 sides, if they went on and on forever, eventually they would touch to like form a vertice. Okay? So,
Okay.
now we're going to get into our lesson. But first, I want to show y'all this quadrilateral song. I'm going to speed it up.
Parallelograms have 2 sets of parallel lines. Trapezoids only have 1 set at a time. A rectangle has 4 right angles. A rhombus has 4 sides that are equal. Squares have 4 equal sides and 4 right angles. Quadrilaterals have 4 sides and 4 angles. Parallelograms, rhombuses, trapezoids, squares, and rectangles. And if you add the angles inside each of these, there will be 360 degrees. Parallelograms have 2 sets of parallel lines. Trapezoids only have 1 set at a time. A rectangle has 4 right angles. A rhombus has 4 sides that are equal. Squares have 4 equal sides and 4 right angles. Quadrilaterals have 4 sides and 4 angles. Parallelograms, rhombuses, trapezoids, squares, and rectangles. And if you add the angles inside each of these, there will be 360 degrees.
Okay, so now let's go back and let's look at our vocabulary. And I'm going to do a split screen because this is our lesson. So this is a Venn diagram, okay? Say Venn diagram.
Venn diagram?
Okay, so do you see that the Venn diagram has a big black circle?
Yes.
Everything inside this Venn diagram is going to be a what?
Quadrilaterals.
Okay, so let's start with, do you want to start with red or blue? Which side do you think looks easiest to you? If you were just looking at those, which one do you think you could identify quickly?
The blue rectangles.
Good job. Oops, some of them have names. All right. How do you know it's a rectangle? Tell me from your vocabulary.
Rectangle. A special parallelogram because all 4 interior angles are congruent. 90-degree angles.
Perfect. Okay, so what do you know next? By looking at that, now you know those are rectangles. What else from your vocabulary can you look at and tell me which circles are you can identify? Which shapes? Which quadrilaterals?
Orange ones that are squares.
Good job. How do you know those are squares? What makes it special? Do you remember?
The special part is that all 4 sides are the same length.
Good job. Okay, can you do the red ones for me?
The red ones are rhombus.
Good job. Bye. Remember the song, what it said? Rhombus, the sides are all the same. All right, so I'm going to give you a few minutes to try to figure these out up here. And then I'm going to come back and see if you can figure these out by using your vocabulary terms.
Okay.
Okay, it's been a few minutes. All right, so can you tell me what the purple one is?
It's the parallelogram.
Why do you think it's a parallelogram?
Because all 4 sides are the same. And only 2 opposite angles are the same.
Good job. What about this one right here? This is a tricky one. Did you figure that one out?
Which one?
The yellow one?
That one's the quadrilateral.
It is a quadrilateral, and I'll give you that, but you know the other name for it? It actually says it in your notes.
Polygon.
No. Did you miss it? It looks just like it. Look, it says quadrilateral.
It looks like a kite.
It is a kite. Look, even on your things it tells you quadrilateral, a polygon with 4 sides and 4 vertices and 4 angles. So I gave you the answer to it because look, I put a kite there and I put this one as a kite because none of the other ones, we didn't talk about any of the other ones as far as their dimensions. Good job. What about the green one?
Trapezoid.
Good job. Okay, so today we went over identifying and classifying quadrilaterals. I hope you had a good time, and this is the end of the lesson.